Hi folks, welcome and thanks for joining me for another video for Fun Fact Friday. My name's Jem, I'm the Crazy Pigeon Lady, and it's my mission to entertain, educate and inspire people with all things pigeon and dove. This week in my series of Fun Fact Friday, where I answer common questions or provide interesting facts about pigeons and dove, I'm answering the question, are pigeons dirty? Before I begin, I should add that this fun fact will be specifically about the feral pigeon, so the formerly domesticated, now living wild version of the rock dove species Columba livia. So these are the town pigeons and the street pigeons that we'll see in our towns and cities. Now these birds have an unfortunate reputation for being dirty or diseased, and it's often used as an excuse for their persecution. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about trying to debunk some of these myths around them being dirty and unhygienic birds. If you tuned into my last Fun Fact Friday, I answered the question, are pigeons really diseased? Where I talked about the facts behind these feral pigeons and disease. Check it out if you haven't done already. Like any animal that lives outdoors, no bird or animal that lives outdoors will be clean in the same way as we humans think of clean. Naturally, they're exposed to the environment and to dirt and to other creatures like insects and parasites. And so whilst the animals may not be clean in the sense that we think of as clean for ourselves, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're dirty as such. Because feral and domesticated, ex-domesticated pigeons live in large flocks, this lends itself to the spreading of parasites and things around the population. And that is a natural part of the ecosystem. All living animals provide homes to bacteria and parasites, and some of them are helpful and some of them are not. And the crowded, numerous nature of the flock means that if any pigeon acquired a disease, it spreads around the flock. But in a way, this is a form of natural population control. So disease is not necessarily something that's unnatural. It's part of the ecosystem, the way that animal populations work, that there will be parasites and that there will be disease. And pigeons aren't particularly prone to that anymore, or any less so than any other animal. But when it comes to cleanliness, all birds of any kind need to be clean as a necessary part of their survival. Feathers are very delicate and important structures, especially for birds which fly. And it's very, very important that the birds keep these feathers in good condition, because their ability to fly is an absolutely critical element of their ability to survive. And therefore, it's not in the interest of any bird for these feathers to be dirty, or not very well maintained or damaged. And so birds spend a good part of their day tending to the condition of their feathers, and pigeons are no different in this respect. They must be kept clean in order to ensure that the feathers are in prime condition to fly. Now, feral pigeons absolutely love to bathe, and whilst you may not see them bathing in your towns and cities, particularly if there aren't access to open water sources such as ponds or streams or fountains, they do in fact love to bathe in water. And if you've been around the city after there's been a rain shower, you may see them bathing in puddles, and indeed they do like to enjoy sitting out in the rain. And this is a really important part of their bathing regime. It gets rid of external dust, dirt, which they pick up a lot of living in an urban environment, and so they will take the opportunity wherever they can to have a bath. But obviously they are at the mercy of the elements and the weather, so unless we humans provide them with water sources to bathe in, they have to bathe whenever they can. And of course, if they had access to water more regularly, they'd get the opportunity to bathe more often. Now, in addition to bathing in water, You may also notice that on a nice bright sunny day, feral pigeons will like to sit and sunbathe. So they may flop down on their bellies, either on the pavement or on the grass, if there is grass around, and they'll fluff up their feathers and maybe open out their wings a little and enjoy the sun. And studies have shown that there is a distinct possibility that UV light may actually play a role in getting rid of parasites. So in addition to the combination of the UV light, killing parasites and allowing them to remove parasites, their own natural preening instincts through which they would preen themselves of dirt and parasites, and the action of the washing of the water, this all contributes to the maintenance and cleanliness of their feathers, which are necessary for them to fly. So there you go. In summary, pigeons, just like any bird, has to clean and maintain themselves regularly as a really important part of being able to fly, which is an essential survival mechanism. And they will bathe in water, and they'll sunbathe, and they'll preen in order to keep themselves as free of parasites as possible. But just like any living outdoor animal, they are part of a natural ecosystem that includes parasites and naturally existing diseases. But they're no more prone or less prone to that than any other animal that lives outdoors, and therefore their reputation as dirty birds is rather undeserved. So I hope that's been useful to you. Join me again for another Fun Fact Friday. Thank you very much for watching. Keep liking and sharing, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.